What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Saturday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Connie. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. Hope you enjoyed a nice Friday. It's been beautiful, beautiful weather where I am here in Ontario, right in through the weekend, so I'm very excited about that. The NHL playoffs kicks off tonight. You know, lots to enjoy if you're a sports fan. A 1-2 day yesterday. Miami Marlins beat the Oakland A's 4-0. We hit the plus 105 run line. We had the under between the Orioles and the Giants. That hit. It was a 3-2 final there for Baltimore. Las Vegas Aces. I wasn't expecting that to be the one that would cost us to sweep on the day. The Aces were leading 14 points going into the fourth quarter against Atlanta. They won the game, but only by 5. They really let up in the fourth there a little bit. They're 5-0. They look great. As I mentioned yesterday, they're first in essentially everything. I am concerned that maybe they get a little bit complacent. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard when it's not a long season WNBA. It's not 82 games, so you worry maybe they get a little bit of complacency, but still a big win there. And regardless, a 2-1 day. So we are in the green for the week as we roll into a Saturday. Before we get into today's bets, as always, I just want to remind you about the contest that I'm running until June the 8th, giving away $25 in bets to a sportsbook of your choice. All you have to do is be a subscriber here on YouTube. That automatically gets you 3 entries. And every time you comment on a video, you get an additional entry. If you follow me on Twitter, when I post the Squeeze Daily video, if you retweet that, you get 3 entries, and a like gets you an entry as well. I'll be drawing on June the 9th on the video here, and that person will get $25 in cash to spend on a sportsbook of their choice. And this seems to be getting some good traction, and I think that there might do something for Canada Day as well. We'll see. Giving away sports bets, I think, is kind of a fun little thing to do, and why not? We might keep it rolling after we finish this one. We'll see how it goes. Okay. The Stanley Cup Finals begins tonight. You've got the Vegas Knights and the Florida Panthers. One of the more unlikely series. Imagine being a fan in Florida and you've got the Heat and the Panthers in the finals, both underdogs. Because I'm thinking, man, if the Leafs and the Raptors were in the NBA and the NHL finals at the same time and they both lost, that would not be a very fun summer. But that could be the situation in Florida. Look, I have no idea who's going to win game 1. No idea at all. Vegas is the favorite. Sure, I don't have any stakes on this series winner. I do have the Nuggets to win the championship and the Knights to either win this series or lose it in 7 games. So that is my vested interest. I do think the Golden Knights win this series, but the way Bobrovsky's been playing, I also have a Conn Smythe bet on Bobrovsky. I don't know. I have no idea how this series is going to go, but I'm very excited. This is the first year I've really, really gotten back into hockey in like 15 years, thanks to this channel and the betting. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. But to start tonight, I'm going to do a bit of an easy route here. I'm doing a parlay, and we've got this game to go under 6.5, and for Vegas to not lose by 3 goals. It's a minus 125 parlay at DraftKings, something similar that I did in game 1 of the NBA Finals. Play a little bit safe. I think this game goes, the under is set at 5.5. I actually don't think that's a terrible bet. In the series against Carolina, Florida, in their final game, that was a 4-3 final, so they went over there. But previous to that, they went under 8 straight games against Carolina and Toronto. You had 1, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5. Then you look at Vegas in their series with Dallas, the last 2 games. One was 6-0. That would be an under in this case. The total was 5.5. There was a 4-2. That was an over. That would be a victory in this case as well. So, and then previous to that, if you consider 6.5 to be the total here, the last time they went over that total was 6 games ago. And so you got to go all the way back to Edmonton to find where they were scoring lots of goals. And look, the Florida Panthers aren't the Edmonton Oilers. I think even the under 5.5 is good. And I think Vegas plus 1.5 is a good bet too. But we're going to go under 6.5 goals. Vegas plus 2.5. That's a minus 125 parlay at DraftKings. That's what I'm tracking for the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals here. Very excited for this game. It's an 8 p.m. puck drop. We'll see how that goes. Okay, let's switch over back to the WNBA. You've got the 0-3 Seattle Storm taking on the 2-2 Los Angeles Sparks. The Storm, look, they're not very good. Okay, when you look at the way their season's gone, they open with the biggest season opener drumming by 41 points at the hand of Vegas. Seattle Storm, they're in the wrong end of the most lopsided seasoning opening game ever. 41-point loss for the Storm. They did have a more competitive game against Dallas. The Storm will get Breanna Stewart back However, I just don't think it's going to matter. I think the Sparks are actually a little bit better than predicted. They're coming into this. They have 2 losses, but the 2 losses are both against Vegas. And everybody loses against Vegas. And they didn't, they did lose by 93-65 one game, but they followed it up, only losing by 9. So not too bad there. They did open the season with a 23-point victory over Phoenix. Then they again had consecutive games against the defending champions in the Aces. And I think that Vegas has a better, I think that Los Angeles just has a better shot here. They're 3-1 ATS as well. Seattle's actually 2-1 ATS, but their spreads have been ridiculous. The fact that you're getting this one at 5.5, I actually quite like. This game's being played in Los Angeles. So I just think the Sparks, they're a much better team than the Storm. The Storm are going to be, a bottom 1-2 team this year. They're going to be down there with Minnesota. So I just like the Los Angeles Sparks to get a nice W here. This game's a 10 o'clock p.m. start. Give me the LA Sparks -5.5 for 1.1 unit at DraftKings. And your last bet of the day for this, we're going to go to Major League Baseball, and we're going to go to Dodgers Stadium. And this is what I love about MLB still technically does the interleague play, but every team plays every team, and this is such a welcome change because we get a 7:15 Saturday night baseball game of the New York Yankees at the Los Angeles Dodgers. How great is that? And tonight you've got Garrett Cole going up against Michael Grove, and for that reason, I like the Yankees here in the first 5 innings. It's very similar records. Yankees come into this 34-24. Dodgers are 34-23. Yankees have been good on the road this year. They're 15-11. Yeah, now the Dodgers have been great, 19-8 at home. But when you look at the matchup, Garrett Cole, obviously the ace of the Yankee staff. He's coming off a rough outing. He got the win, actually. But in 6 innings, he gave up 5 earned runs. That was against the Padres. He did strike out, 9 in that contest. Previous to that, he's actually given up 5 earned runs in back-to-back starts. One was a win, one was a no decision. And the Yankees won both of those games. It was against Baltimore. He went 5 innings, and he gave up 5. So he has had a couple of rough outings, but you look previous to that against Toronto, he went 6 innings, gave up 0. So he still has the earned run average of only 2.93. He just had a couple bad outings. I think this is a great spot for him to bounce back here against the Dodgers. And then you've got Michael Grove, who has struggled. He's got an 8.44 ERA in 4 starts this season. And he's only gone 16 innings across those 4 starts. Last time out, he went 3 innings. And he only gave up 2, which is great. Previous to that, he went 5 2/3. He has had back-to-back starts against the Cubs. 5 2/3 against the Cubs, gave up 1. Against Arizona, he gave up 9. And against Colorado, he gave up 3 in 4 innings. So I think the Yankees' bats are going to be able to get to Michael Grove here. I don't know who's necessarily going to win this game. That's why I'm just taking the money line in the first 5. I think Garrett Cole is absolutely primed for a good bounce back game here. And the Dodgers are playing, where is the Dodgers thing? They're playing a lot of over games, which I don't think they're going to be able to do. They're not going to be able to outscore the Yankees here with Garrett Cole on the mound, which I like as well. And again, you've got the push. If this is tied after 5 innings, we get our bet back. That's why I like the money line bets as opposed to the spreads. But I think the Yankees are primed here for a good win. They did lose last night against the Dodgers 8-4. That was Kershaw against Severino. So again, I like the Yankees here on the first 5 innings. So that is 1.2 units at BetMGM. Okay, there are your Saturday bets for the Stanley Cup Finals. I've got it to go under 6.5 and Vegas plus 2.5. That's a -125 parlay at DraftKings. I've got the Los Angeles Sparks -110 also at DraftKings. And at BetMGM, I'm taking the New York Yankees on the money line in the first 5 innings for -120. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me on Twitter at Tyler Connium for more picks and props throughout the day. TikTok and Instagram for just the picks portions, and your audio is on Spotify and on Apple. Have a great Saturday, and let's talk sports.